Have you guys ever heard of Wonder Balls? I mean, I don't know if they're in USA or in England as well, but here in whatever country I am in, they're delicious. It's like some kind of bowl, and when you suck on it, it changes flavor and color, and it's really cool. And yeah, what is up, guys? This is OminousAcid 95, and I want to congratulate Zauza on being on the tube for a year. I've just hit 3 years on the tube recently, which is pretty cool. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to do battles of every single tier because I know that you guys all love my voice and you want to hear so much of me. So no, that was kind of cocky. I'm not gonna do that again. But yeah, that's basically what I'm gonna do. I have a battle for you in every single tier. I got LC, NU, RU, UU, OU, and Ubers. Yeah, I think that's it. Kind of ish. Yeah. Yeah. That's it. Anyways, this is a team that I made around Buff, which is a focus sash counter set. This one in particular, I think. You can use with Miracle and stuff, and when I'm looking at his team, this guy doesn't know that Magnemite is a thing, and not Electrite, Elec because he's got three things weak to water, and he's got no resistance to it, but still, I'm thinking Mankey Scarf, Final Gambit, lead set. I don't really know what to think. I'm thinking that to be a thing, so without further ado, we'll get into the battle. Okay, okay, that was the battle. It was very intense. Yeah, the guy forwarded on the first turn, which is pretty hilarious. But no, just kidding. I got another LC match for you guys, and the team preview should get up right now. Yes. Okay, so this is the first LC team that I ever made. And also I used this team the first time that I battled Zabuza, which was also my first Little Cup battle, and I beat him 3-0, lol. No, but after that he smashed me more than enough times to make me feel bad about it. I first had A-Palm over Meowth, but I figured Meowth was just better. Consists of Scarf Mienfoo, Duskull, which is defensive, especially defensive, Bronzor, Specs, Chinchou, Rock Polish, Anorith, and looking at his team, he's got some few threats, including Mienfoo, which is most likely going to be fake out set, Bulbasaur, which is generally scarfed or subseed, and then I don't want XU to get up more than one D-Dance, and then of course the Cubone, which is really dangerous when it gets up a few Source Dances. Then Glameow is most likely also going to be just fake out attacking set. I would prefer Meowth still, but okay, because more powerful and life orb stuff. And then Blitzel, I don't know what to think of that. Maybe a flame charge set, but we'll see. Okay, so he started with Mienfoo. I do start off with my Meowth because I do have to fake out. And I know that unless he is scarfed, Meowth will outspeed him. However, he's running inner focus, which is what? And he kills me with the Norosphere. And then he goes for the fake out next turn, which is an all play on his part, which I found rather odd. I'm just gonna U-turn out because I'm pretty sure it'll kill him. Just going to Bronzor, basically a lead thing to get up my rock, something like that. He goes to Cubone. I'm gonna Toxic it because I can't prevent it to set up a Source Dance, and I really don't have a safe switch in. I want to cripple it as much as possible. Then I either know he's going to switch or that he is going to use Fire Punch. So I'm just going to go for the Stealth Rocks. And then I go to Chinchou on the Blitzel, thinking that he wants to go for an electric type move, but I forgot that I'm Water Absorb on this one and not Volt Absorb. He does go for the Flame Charge, which is unfortunate. I do get off the Hydro Pump, however he switches into Axew, and since I'm locked into it, I'll have to switch. I go to Bronzor because there's really nothing he can touch me with, except Incinerate, which is, I mean... on Axew, no, but in general in LC it's pretty underrated because you see Oran Berries all the time and you can burn those, and Lumberries by the way as well sometimes, very sometimes. But I do go for Gyro Balls and then Psychic because I figure it did do more. For some reason I just realized it then. Now it goes to Blitz, so he Volt switches, and that leaves me with 20%. And I go for the Psychic on the Glameow, which comes in, and he goes for a fake out. No, he goes for Hypnosis, which is... why do you hit that? It's only 55%. I missed my freaking 95% moves. But okay, he goes for a return. I figured that he'd do that. Just go for an... he might have gone for Shadow Claw if he were him. If I were him, I would have gone for Shadow Claw if he carries it, but okay. I know that there's pretty much nothing he can do to me because otherwise he would have done stuff, and yeah. He goes for Hypnosis. Apparently Sleep Clause is not a thing, so I get up a free Rock Polish, and we all know how much Zabuza loves Anorith, so that is why I put this one in. He goes to Bulbasaur, he misses the Sleep Out, which is really unfortunate on his... Oh no, it's not unfortunate on his part, because I got something asleep. I got Bronzor asleep. Sleep Clause, yes. He tries it again, but yeah, I still have the Rock Polish. I'm gonna go for X-Scissors, blah 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 blah, all over the place. He goes for Bone Ring, takes me down to 10%, which is unfortunate for him that he didn't just take me out, because then he might have... No, he probably wouldn't have won anyways. But yeah, that is going to be the first game. No, Bulbasaur comes in and dies to Stealth Rocks, that's basically it. That shows just the power of Anorith. I mean, in that battle that I had against Zabuza the first time, he was like, "You used to Anorith," and I was like, "LOL," and that was pretty cool. I don't know if I swept him with the Anorith. I think one time I did, and then the second time I battled him again with the same team, and then he utterly destroyed me. I think I beat him once after that, but it doesn't really. Zabs is the king of LC, so it's pretty hard to do it. Anyways, let's move on to NU, and after the NU I'm going to take a quick break. So this is my main LC team. I'm using it to good extents, I guess. I mean, it consists of a general return, magnet rise, shift gear, other thing, clang. Then a offensive, bulky attacking, let's say that, Torterra with dual stab, Stealth Rocks, and Synthesis. Physically defensive Banette, which is extremely good, you should try it out. Then Swords Dance Cacturn is a thing as well on my team. Then I believe that's specially defensive Wartortle, and a Scarf Charizard, which is also really good in my opinion. Then my opponent's team has got a Lanoon, which is going to be annoying as hell if it gets up a belly drum and I don't have Banette at full health. And then he's got the Riolu, obviously, with the spikes or toxic spikes from Ariados, and the Stealth Rocks from Golurk. He's going to do raw shenanigans with that, so I don't want him to do those kind of things. I have to watch out for that. Drifblim is going to be annoying if it is an Acro Blimp, but yeah, I should be able to deal with it quite well. And then Ditto is always a threat to look out for with the Imposter ability. Now, I just start with Banette, that's my main lead, just to Will-O-Wisp anything that wants to come in, maybe Shadow Claw and Destiny Bomb when it's a great attacker thingy stuff things. I figured I'd burn it because then I can live 2 and I can just taunt him because he can't KO me with Shadow Punch, so I'm figuring that he will want to set up the Stealth Rocks, and he indeed does that, so that is a nice play on my part if I say so myself. Now, he does go into Lanoon. I don't really know what to do. I think I'm gonna set up the Will-O-Wisp, or go for the Will-O-Wisp, and he sets up a substitute, which is, well, okay. That's interesting. Generally, you don't run substitute, but okay. He does go for the belly drum. I'm gonna Destiny Bond. I'm just gonna Destiny Bond spam. I believe he goes for sub again or something, or he goes for extreme speed, hoping that I wouldn't go for Destiny Bond next turn, but a +6 poke, depending on which one of course, but most of them, is really annoying. So I know that substitute doesn't block Destiny Bond, I'm just gonna do that. And when it's double down, go to your Scarfer or your lead. My lead is dead, so therefore I go to my Scarfer, which is Charizard. I can just 2-hit KO this Drifblim, but indeed I get a critical hit. And then the Golurk comes in, he goes for Stealth Rocks. I would have gone, if he does have it at least, for the Stone Edge, because even though you're burned, it's still 4 times super effective, so it's gonna do a shit ton. Now, I don't know why I switched out there. I could have easily gone for Flamethrower, do it again, kill him again, or something like that. He goes for the Dynamic Punch though on the switch to my Wartortle, because I figured that when I kill this, I believe I'm gonna protect now, yes. I tried protecting the first turn, but it doesn't really matter, I guess. He does get down to 13% with the burn damage. I'm gonna kill him off with a Scald, and since Wartortle is that bulky, I am fairly sure that I'm gonna get off a Rapid Spin, especially when he brings in the Riolu, because he goes for the Roar now, and I really needed Wartortle to be in that thing, because that was really fortunate for me. If you would have not sent in Riolu, I would have been screwed later on if my Wartortle died. I'm gonna go for the C-Bomb as he goes for the I don't remember, Vacuum Wave maybe, or Drain Punch, and then Sucker Punch to kill him off. Now, he does have Area Dose. I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch because I thought that, no, he wouldn't outspeed, but like C-Bomb is quad resisted, and he's gonna set up the Agility and then Toxic Spikes next turn, right? So what I'm gonna do, I think next turn I'm gonna send out Spikes. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna go into Charizard. He's gonna set up another Agility. He's gonna be a +4. Definitely gonna outspeed me. And he makes not play here. He doesn't go for the Slush Bomb, but rather he goes for the X-Scissor, which I quad resists, and then easily I can do that because I was in my Charizard and it wasn't a switch. Now he does go into Ditto. I know that he will have to lock himself into Air Slash to try and win, so I'm just gonna go into Clang. I'm gonna try and set up Shift Gears, but he is gonna be a dick and he is going to flinch at me every single time. And that is kind of annoying. I believe I do go for the return. I get the shift gear off right here, and then he still outspeeds me. He goes for the air slash and he flinches me. I'm level 18, which means I can take one more hit, but he doesn't have any moves left, which I totally forgot about, that you only get 5 PP in the move. Then I go for the return to add insult to injury. I think that's the thing. He gets a crit. Yes, he definitely gets a crit. I get a crit to kill that off. But I'm gonna grab something to drink and I'm going to BRB with the next match, which is going to be a UU match. Alright, so that is what I call a refreshment. It's like lemonade, you know, like that fruit syrup thing, and then you put Sprite on it, or 7-Up, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty cool. But yeah, next match, UU. I didn't really have any good UU teams because I stopped playing UU because freaking Sableye, Swagger, Foul Play. It enrages me, so I stopped playing UU even though it was my favorite tier. And I made this team. I based it around a Silk Scarf, physically based Meloetta. And then I threw in a Fire Water Grass core of Arcanine, Shaman, and Kingdra. And then I really needed to have some kind of electric thing. I needed to have a ground-ish, not ground, what am I thinking? I need to have a flying type resistance because Brave Bird everything and stuff like that. So I threw in Zapdos, and then I was like, I kind of need a steel type as well, so I threw in Magneton. I was like, okay, this works kind of ish. And this opponent, Silently Slow, has got several threats as well. Zatu is going to be annoying, but I don't have any Energy Hazard, so that's not going to be annoying as hell, Mike. Alamamola, always a problem. Then Electivire, I can deal with it. Then Crobat is going to be annoying if Choice Band. Then Verizon if it gets up a Swords Dance, and Porygon Z if it gets up a Nasty Plot. So, he is going to start with Porygon Z, and I'm going to speed up this battle a little bit. No, I can't. Okay, well then I'm going to do other things, which are like, I'm just gonna do stuff. Okay, sped up a little bit. So, right, I went for the Thunder Wave on the Porygon Z, because Porygon Z is a big threat. I should have predicted the Electivire to come in. I do go for the HPIs next turn just to break his balloon thingy. I don't have no idea why, because I got no ground type moves, I think. And he did go for Ice Punch, I think, predicting either Zapdos to come in if I would want to preserve it for Death Fodder or whatever. I'm just gonna go for the Outrage with Kingdra. This is a Rest Talk Dragon Dance mono attacking one. I like mono attacking with Rest Talk with Outrage. I ran it on Dialga too. It's extremely cool. Yeah, that's kind of it. And then Alamamola is a thing, and I just go for rest shenanigans and that sort of stuff. I just realized they're not called Wonder Balls. They're called Magic Balls, literally. It literally translated. I mean, I guess you could guess it, that at least I'm foreign, so... yeah, so I just go Sleep Talk shenanigans. I get the Dragon Dance on the first one, which is cool. I have one more turn of sleep, so I'm gonna snap out of confusion like a boss. Just gonna go for Sleep Talk, get the rest, which is annoying. I think he goes for Try. No, he goes for Daisy Plot. I am fast. I'm gonna wake up. I'm gonna go for the Outrage if I am correct. Yes, I am. He does have a Sash, which is like, what? You have a Sash on Porygon Z? That's like, wow. And then he goes for Tri Attack, which is stupid. Now I go for the Arcanine. I'm gonna go for the E-Speed. However, he's gonna preserve his Porygon Z for Death Fodder, going to Alamamola. And this is gonna do 18%, so I thought that Wild Charge would do like 40-ish, something around that. And indeed, it does 38 only, which is not enough. Because now he can basically stall me out because of recoil and life or damage. And then, well, he crits me. So he can take me out, he crits me, and that's very much a thing. Yeah, Shaman is a thing. I wanted to predict this. What was his poke again? His not his Porygon Z, but something else. Which I'm gonna click up, see if I can see whatever poke I want. Oh yeah, Verizon. I want to predict Verizon to come in to take the grass type move. I'm gonna go for the Relic Song on Zatu. He's got his Zatu left, his Verizon, and something else. At least I do get the sleep on the Relic Song. I didn't even know sleep was a thing with Relic Song. I mean, like, what the hell? But yeah, he kind of goes into what's it called, the Crobat, and even with Flying Gym Air Slash, he's not gonna do shit. You should run Brave Bird, son. But I just take him out with a another return, and then I'm Silk Scar. So I was surprised that this didn't take it out because of Meloetta's pretty nice HP, or not HP, attack stat. And I have my Zapdos left. He's got his Zatu and his what's the thing called? The flappy thingy stuff thing, the Bing Alamamola. So I can just spam T-bolts, both of them, both will die to 2, one of them, just because I am a Spec Zapdos bitch and I have to yawn! Okay, sorry. But yeah, that was a pretty cool UU match. I mean, I gotta tweak that team a little. I do like it. I might have to work on Meloetta. Try and give that psychic maybe. I run Shadow Claw, Close Combat for that unresisted coverage, then return for stab, and then Relic Song of course to change. The what's it called? It's not really a thing even, but I am gonna move this forward. No, I can't even move things forward. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to pause this thing and I'm gonna edit this thing and then I'm going to BRB. Okay, so getting straight into the RU match, I wanted to place that before the UU match, but then I narrated everything and I was like, wait, I didn't do the RU thing, so I'm gonna paste that in between real quickly. And yeah, this is a team that I based around Ember getting scolded, because Zabs was like, Ember gets scolded, and I was like, yes, really? Okay, I have to make a team around it and battle, and I did, and then it was pretty cool. I'm not gonna get into team preview that much because you guys have to hear more rambling from me. So again, straight into the battle. Let me just see. Okay, so I start with Quagsire, he starts with Lantern. I'm gonna go straight for the Earthquake, even though HP Gross is a thing on choice variants. Then he goes into his Sceptile, and the Gross move is really obvious, so therefore I did not go into Bouffalant, because he would have wanted to go for the fighting type move in the form of Hidden Power Fighting or Focus Blast, depending on what he will want to run. Most likely going to be Focus Blast, and he's gonna go to Ember for this on the Spore, which is a good thing, that because he has the Sleep Talk, and most likely he's going to be a choice band variant, and he's gonna trick me the choice specs, the what's it called, the Quagsire, which is annoying because now I'm locked into Recover, so I have to switch. I'm gonna go into my Ruinamai form. I really think they should make that, and they make it like either normal electric with a hyper voice, or you know what's the thing, electric steel, and then a new move, or like metal sound is a thing, but then that doesn't sound good. Yeah, the rocks things. Quagsire is going to threaten out the Steelix. I don't know why he went into Lantern when he could have gone to his Sceptile. I think I'm gonna switch out. No, I'm not gonna predict the Sceptile. I thought I predicted the Sceptile, but yeah, again I'm gonna go to Amoonguss, predicting either the grass type move this time, just because I was going to think Focus Blast, maybe that's what he thought. And then there is a thing called Clear Smog, which I'm going to use because it's super effective, and the only thing I got else was HP Fire and Giga Drain. I didn't want to go HP Fire, even though it's more powerful, but it is actually not, because Stab raises Clear Smog to 75 base power, while Hidden Power Fire stays at 70. And then again, I probably know that Ember was gonna come in. Now I'm gonna go for the Giga Drain because I had a feeling that Lantern was gonna come in, and that indeed paid off really well. He does have Druddigon with the Fire Punch, which is whoa! I'd never seen a Druddigon with Fire Punch, but I can't really do anything to it except for maybe Clear Smog, but that won't do too much, and I want to utilize my turns of sleep really well. So he gets a crit with the Earthquake with Steelix, which is extremely unfortunate because Amoonguss is such a beast. The thing is, when I'm using Amoonguss, is that I keep forgetting about Regenerator. That is a thing, and I'm like, oh well, I'm only at 31%, I don't really care anymore, stuff like that. But actually you're at 61 basically if you switch out. So I'm gonna go into my Embor on the predicted fire type attack. Will it be Fire Blast? Will it be Flare Blitz? Will it be Flame Charge? And I'm just gonna go for the Wild Charge because obvious Slowking switch in is obvious, and that 2-hit KOs it, which is really cool. And then I'm gonna go for the Scold. However, he is going to be a Scarfed variant. Or it was a speed type, but he told me it was Scarfed in the chat, so that is I thought that Nate could take a hit, but he couldn't, and I'm just gonna rack up a little bit of recoil. I'm fairly sure that Rotom can outspeed because higher base speed, and I'm Scarfed as well. I'm gonna Volt Switch because I know that I can live one turn of Stealth Rocks, which leaves me 5%. And then go into Amoonguss because the best thing he got now, I don't know if it's the only thing, I don't think it's the only thing he's got, is the whatchamacallit, the Sceptile. He does have Drudigon left as well, of course. I'm just gonna go for Clear Smogs. It does 18%. I think I keep going for it and let him kill me off, something like that. I do get a crit on the second one, which is pretty good. I didn't want to go, by the way, I also went for the Giga Drain, because if I went for the Clear Smog on that Embor, then he would have been at neutral attack and defense, I think, as well. So that was not a good thing. I'm gonna have a Head Charge with my Zed, with MBZ. MBZ is also in the house. And then he's got his Steelix. I think Steelix is his last one. I'm just gonna go Head Charge because my last thing that I have is Rotom, and that is also the reason why I wanted to preserve Rotom, because I do have Hidden Power Grass on it, and that is going to save me the game. The cool name Showdown, did I say that already? Zop sucks, yay. Okay, well, I'm gonna paste the thing that I already recorded before this. I'm gonna paste it behind here, so you'll hear something along the lines like, that was a good refreshment or something, and yeah, I'll see you guys in a few. Okay, and that is back, and this is the second time I'm narrating this bit, because when I got to the Ubers match, and when it went from the team preview into the match, then it like froze, and Vegas Pro froze, and then it all went blah. But yeah, this OU match is with a team that I based around some of my favorite Pokemon, and that was inspired by the Elite Four Karen of Crystal. She said like real masters use their for favorite Pokemon or something like that. And it consists of a non-baton passing Quiver Dancing Venomoth with just dual stab and roost, then a specially defensive Lantern, physically defensive Donphan, Scarfed Jolteon, Life Orb attacking thingy Pidgeot, and sub 3 attacks Heracross. And then looking at my opponent's team, nothing really too. Well, they are all dangerous, let's say that, but nothing that I'm too worried about. Maybe Milotic that might be stalling, but I do have a Lantern for that, and Jolteon. And he's running Ninetales for Sun, but I think that most of his pokes don't even benefit from the Sun, namely like Breloom, who basically gets a 4 times weakness to fire, and then Milotic, whose Scald is going to be lowered in attack power. But we'll get into the battle. He starts with Aggron, I start with my Jolteon, just gonna Volt Switch. He's probably gonna go for the Rock, so I'm just gonna go into my Donphan to set up my own. He switches into his Milotic. If I'm correct, yes he does. And then next turn I'm gonna switch to Lantern if I am correct. He's gonna go for the Toxic. I don't really mind that on my Lantern, even though I'm specially defensive, because I do carry the Heal Bell. I believe I carry dual stabs, Heal Bell, and Toxic, if I am correct. Yes, yeah, I do. And I go for the Discharge on the switch. He goes to Mienshao, and I paralyze that, which is pretty cool. After the Discharge, I think he feared like me switching out to Donphan or something to take the high jump kick, and he goes for the HP Ice. That's a bad play on his part. And I just wanted to see whether this was a Technician variant or a Poison Heal variant, and after Leech Seed, I'm not quite sure, but I'm just going to switch it to get rid of that Leech Seed. I'm going to go into Heracross to take the predicted Grass type move. And seeing as that is Bullet Seed, this is a Technician variant and not a Poison Heal variant, so that means that I can Toxicate later on to decrease the long lifespan thing stuff. Lifespan, this sounds so drastic, but yeah, I go for the Mega Horn. I went for the Mega Horn over the close combat in case you wanted to switch out into something. I don't remember why, but I had a reason to go for Mega Horn over close combat. I don't remember what. But anyways, I predict the water type move. I go to Lantern to gain my health back. And then I believe this turn I'm gonna go for the heal bell as he goes for the ice beam. He gets a crit again. I think he got a crit before as well. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna go for the discharge. He goes to Honchkrow, which is not a play for on his part, because now I've shown all my moves. I've shown Skull, I've shown oh, I haven't shown Toxic, but still, that is not a play on his part, and my glasses are murky. And he goes to the Breloom. I don't really have a use for Lantern anymore. I'm just gonna Toxicate and then die to a Bullet Seed next turn. No, he's first just gonna go for the Spore, which is, wow, this is not helping in one bit with cleaning my glasses. But he's gonna go Leech Seed, then Spore, and then gonna go to Aggron. So at first I was thinking maybe he wants to go for Autotomize. I switched out to Venomoth for his Breloom, but then I really have to switch out again into my Donphan to predict a Rock type move, which my Venomoth definitely doesn't want to take. And then spin away the Stealth Rocks, which is going to be very handy to remove that 12.5% from my... Excuse me for the yawn. For my Lantern, and he throws around Scolds recklessly. So I'm just gonna go to Lantern, just absorb the water with Poseidon by my side, being Lantern, you can do this, absorb it, concentrate, eat all the Wonder Balls. They're not called Wonder Balls. Did I say that already? I forgot. I might have done it in the narration, which got deleted, or the other one. But they're called Magic Balls, and they're delicious, so try them out. I go to Venomoth. I know I can outspeed the Breloom, kill it with a Sludge Bomb, and he goes to his Milotic, which is... I go for the Bug Buzz, and I crit him. Yes, Hex! I crit him, which I'm fairly sure that mattered, so sorry for that. He'll probably have recovered, but then again, still. I'm just gonna sack Venomoth here, but he goes for Confuse Ray, I think predicting a switch, and I'm just gonna go with Sludge Bomb, because I only carry Dual Stab. Man, what is with this yawning? And yeah, after this battle, by the way, I'm gonna stop the recording and try it again, because otherwise this will be gone again. It's gonna be stupid. He goes for the Flamethrower after burning me, which is odd. I would have just taken out the Venomoth in the first place with Flamethrower. And I'm just gonna go to Jolteon. I know I can Revenge Kill with Volt Switch and go to Heracross, because he's got his Aggron left and something else, Aggron and Breloom. I think Aggron and Breloom and I'm just gonna go for CC because it hits either of them hard. He does have the Trouble Bear, but still it doesn't really help him. And then he's got his Autumn, his Breloom. He doesn't crit me, which is good, and then he is going to die to another CC of my own. I'm gonna go CC. He doesn't even get CC, whatever. What? So yeah, I'm just gonna pause the recording. I'm gonna be back real quickly. Okay, straight on to the Ubers match, and this is a team that I built around Rock Arceus, and of course with that I do have the Sandstorm support in the form of Hippowdon, and it should pop out now, and Hippowdon is giving the special defense boost to that Arceus. Then a Subseed, Skyman, Shaman, whatever you want to call it, and then the Rest Talk, Bulk Up, Outrage Dialga that I talked about in the UU video. And then I absolutely love Giratina Origin, because it's so powerful and almost nobody uses it, which is like really cool. Yeah, and then I Gastrodon just because I needed something for Kyogre. Kyogre absolutely wrecked my team beforehand, because nothing really wants to take a hit from Kyogre, barring maybe Dialga. And my opponent is actually using a Kyogre, so that's good. He's using a Rain Team with amazing threats such as Palkia, and I don't know why Relicanth, if you use it for Swisswim and typing, then use Kabutops. But then Torrentier is going to be really annoying, and then that Arceus is most likely going to be grass, maybe water, but most likely going to be grass. And then Zekrom is going to be a threat. So now I started with Gastrodon, predicting the Kyogre lead just to get his weather up. And Palkia still is a beast. I know that I can take a Spatial Rent from it and just Miracle back the damage, because I find Palkia more of a threat to my team than Kyogre, especially when it's Scarfed. Then now, I don't really know what to do. I'm just gonna see whatever I want to do. Just sack Gastrodon. I might have been able to keep it in the bag to absorb a water type attack, but he goes for Outrage. I'm gonna go for Hippowdon. Now I do have Stealth Rock. At first didn't have Stealth Rocks on this. I had Ice Fang. Why did I do that? But still, not Earthquake as well, but rocks are pretty much a necessity in Ubers because you can net a few KOs, like something like, okay, 2-hit KO after Stealth Rocks, but without Stealth Rocks not. And indeed, it is an Arceus Grass. As I switch out to my Dialga, and he switches, or he doesn't switch, he dies, or did he switch? I don't remember. It's kind of vague. Now he goes for the Thunder Wave, which is annoying as hell, but I don't mind because I'm Rest Talk. But I do get the first turn paralysis. I'm gonna keep bulking up because I can't really do anything. I don't want to lock myself into Outrage, and I don't want him to be doing stuff, and it's kind of, I don't know. I'm just gonna keep bulking up because I am specially defensive. I know I can take a hit from Kyogre. I believe what I'm gonna do is, am I gonna rest now or outrage? Maybe I'm outraging. Yes, I'm gonna outrage because Kyogre threats, and at this point I don't really mind getting locked into outrage. This Tornadus Therian form thing crits me with a focus blast. I should have been able to take that, being specially defensive. Now I go to Hippo just to get up the rain, or not the rain, get rid of the rain, because his Kyogre is dead. Just gonna sack it. I mean, I don't really need it that much. It's kind of low on health, and that's the thing. Now I do go into Arceus Rock. And he goes for the U-turn, which was, yeah, that's his play. I mean, there's nothing more he can do. I'm just gonna go for the Judgment, if I am correct. I'm just gonna go for the Judgment. Yeah, he has got nothing to resist a rock type attack on his team, which is, it's kind of weird because you kind of need to resist Edgequake, or not, or at least resist it partly, like parts of it and stuff like that. I'm gonna go with the Judgment because I know that a Grass Judgment of his will not kill me with the special defense boost from the Sandstorm, and I know that I can 2-hit KO him with my own Judgment. It's not going to be a speed tie, at least that's what I thought, because I'm running max speed, and Arceus Grass generally run about, out of the top of my head, 102 or 120, something like that speed. And then he's got his Tornadus left, which is gonna die. He's got his Zekrom, which is his last one, I think, and that is gonna die to an Earth Power, or he forfeits. Okay, well, I would have gone for the Earth Power, but that's basically my narration thing. Those were all the battles. I've been talking for 28 minutes, well, with breaks, but still, I've been talking for 28 minutes, and I hope you guys did enjoy this. Once again, I would like to congratulate Zabuza on his 1-year anniversary, and I got a little pop quiz for you guys. Well, pop quiz, it's kind of annoying, because if you can answer the next question correctly, you shall earn a free subscription to my channel. Now, that's just, I was just wondering, you could have, if you've paid attention and you don't know me, you can guess what country I'm from. I mean, if you don't know me, that's gonna be pretty cool. If you paid attention, mostly to the team previews, you could guess what country I'm from. There are 3 possibilities basically, but one is not going to be an option because those people generally cannot speak English that well. I'm talking about France. Sorry if anybody's from France, but generally French people do not speak English that well. So there's 2 options left basically with those colors. So if you can guess that, that will be pretty cool. And yeah, once again, 3rd time, congratulations Sabs on 1 year on the tube, and I hope to see you guys in a guest narration something or on my channel if you want, and goodbye.